Have you ever walked into a room full of people and felt completely invisible? Not because no one noticed you, but because even when they did, something still felt off. Like you were watching the whole scene from behind glass. Present, but not there. Or maybe it hits you in quieter moments. At a party where everyone is laughing and you're smiling along. But inside, you're somewhere else entirely. Thinking, questioning, wondering why none of this feels like enough. You watch people around you move through life with what looks like ease. They follow the path. They tick the boxes. School, job, relationships, weekends, repeat. And you've tried. You really have. You've tried to want what they want, to care about what they care about, to feel satisfied with what's supposed to be satisfying. But something in you keeps refusing. Something deep inside keeps whispering, this isn't it. There's more. You're meant for something different. And so you've spent years wondering what's wrong with you. Why you can't just fit in. Why ordinary life feels like wearing clothes that don't quite fit. Functional, maybe, but never really yours. Here's what I want to tell you today. Nothing is wrong with you. In fact, the very thing that makes you feel like an outsider. That's the most important thing about you. Because throughout history, the people who changed the world, who built new ideas, who saw what others couldn't see, they all shared one thing in common. They never fit in either. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind why certain people feel fundamentally different from those around them. Why that difference isn't a defect, it's a design. And what it means for the life you're capable of living. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, the way you see yourself will never be the same. Let's start by talking about the system. From the moment you were born, the world began shaping you. Parents, teachers, peers, media, religion, culture. Every single one of these forces was sending you the same message over and over again in 1,000 different ways. Be normal. Be agreeable. Be average. And for most people, it works. They absorb those messages, internalize them, and build a life around them. A life that looks a lot like everyone else's. And there's nothing wrong with that. For them, it fits. But for you, you push back. Maybe not loudly. Maybe not even consciously. But something in you resisted. When everyone else was following the crowd, you were asking questions. When everyone else was satisfied with surface-level answers, you were digging deeper. When everyone else was comfortable, you were restless. And the world didn't always know what to do with that. You were probably told at some point that you were too much. Too sensitive. Too serious. Too idealistic. Too intense. Too deep. Too quiet. Too in your own head. Too something. And over time, many people in your position start to believe it. They start to shrink. To perform normalcy. To wear a mask so convincing that even they sometimes forget it's there. But here's the psychological truth behind all of this. The human brain is wired for efficiency. It loves patterns. It loves predictability. It loves the familiar. And when someone comes along who breaks the pattern, who thinks differently, feels differently, operates differently, the brain's first instinct is to label them as a threat. Not because they are dangerous, but because they are unknown. Society does the same thing. Systems, institutions, social groups, they are all built around a kind of average. The closer you are to that average, the more the system rewards you. The further you deviate, the more friction you face. So the people who feel the most out of place, the ones who can't help but question, challenge, and think beyond the obvious, they often experience the most resistance, the most criticism, the most confusion about who they are and where they belong. But here's what that resistance is actually telling you. You are not broken. You are beyond the template. The discomfort you feel in ordinary environments isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that your mind has outgrown those environments. That your intellectual and emotional needs are operating at a level that average situations simply cannot meet. Think about it this way. A Formula One car stuck in